Good morning, dear students, and welcome back to our English grammar class. Today we'll take a new lesson, that is lesson 13, which is on page number 66 of our English grammar book, and the chapter is about present tense. Now children, in this video we'll study about simple present tense and what is the use and where we are going to use simple present tense. Now children, there are few points you have to remember in your mind, like simple present tense is used to express habitual action. Habitual action means a habit that you do daily and which is your routine or a habit, custom routine or a habit. Okay. Now for example, Sneha wakes up early every morning. This is her habit. Okay. So it is an habitual action. Here we are going to use simple present tense. Now to express general truth. General truth means universal truths. Universal truth means the earth revolves around the sun. Okay, so it revolves around the sun, it is a universal truth. So we'll use simple present tense. Now to express facts, that is true at the time of speaking. Okay, all the facts, like for example, there is bright sunshine all around. The sunshine is bright. This is a fact. Okay, to show a future event, the event which is going to occur in the future. Is it clear? Now for example, the IPL matches begin tomorrow, so this will be in present, simple present tense. Now in exclamatory sentences are those in which we use the exclamation sign, okay, to express our actions. Okay, like where, with, here and or there. Okay, the sentences which begin with here and there and express an action currently happening. The action which is currently happening means it is in present. Now here comes the queen. Now the sentence is starting with here and there, and whenever the sentence begins with here and there, we'll use what? Simple present tense. Okay. Now in questions with the words do or does, the questions which starts with do or does, in those questions also we use simple present tense. For example, do you swim in the sea very often? Do you swim? This is a simple present tense. Okay. Now children, these are few examples. You go through these examples so that it is more clear to you. Now, form of simple present tense, different forms and how we are going to use those forms. Now, when the subject of the sentence is in singular, when it is a singular subject like he, she, it, we will add s or es or ies to the verb. Now verb is what? Like see, play, run, all these doing actions are called verbs. Okay, so the girl plays with a ball. Now here it is a girl, singular. Okay, so the verb will add s or es or ies with the verb. Clear? See, s. The girl plays with a ball. That she teaches. Okay, teach, teaches. We have added es over here. Clear? Now when the subject is plural, when it is plural, for example, more than two, plural is more than two. So we and they. So what we are going to we do not add s, es or ies to the verb. It will be simple. Like we write the root form of the verb. Root form of the verb means verb will come as it is, main verb. Okay. For example, the girls play with a ball. Now here we have used the main verb, that is root verb. Why? Because it is plural. Now see children, when I is used, whenever there is I is used, we do not add s, es or ies. Okay, we do not add this. So we just write simple present tense. See, I play with a ball. Clear? The main verb will come. Now exercise A, practice exercise A and I will give you answers in our next class. Now recap capsule. Verbs change forms according to the time of action. Okay, present, past and future. Like these eat, drink, play, they all are the action words and they are main verbs. Okay, and auxiliary verbs are known as helping verbs, which is like be. like forms of verbs. Be is, am, are, was. This we have done earlier in our chapter. And have different forms: has, have, had, will have, shall have, etc. Okay. Now I am reading the newspaper. Now see children, we have done it already, that am is an auxiliary, that is helping verb, and main verb is reading. Okay. The girl is talking with her grandma. Now is here is an auxiliary verb and main verb is talking. Now in some sentences there are two auxiliary verbs, like see example, more than two, that is multiple auxiliary verbs. For example, Shashi has been sleeping since morning. Now has been is an auxiliary verb. Is it clear? Forms of verb, main and auxiliary indicate the time of action and hence the tenses. Okay. Now children, these features you have to remember. They are very important. Now see, the negative sentence is formed by adding subject, do, does, plus not and base verb of the form. For example, see, this is a subject, girl is a subject, does and not. We are adding does not play. Negative, we are making negative sentence, that's why we are using does not over here. Okay. Girl and play with a ball. So play is a base form, that is main verb, and object. Ball is an object. Receiver is the of this, see, the ball. Okay. What? It is giving an answer. Now for yes or no questions, then interrogative sentences are formed with does plus subject. Do or does will come at the beginning of the sentence. See, does the girl play with a ball? Now does is an, see, does or do. For an interrogative sentence, it will come in the beginning, then the subject, then base form, and then the object. Okay. Now for the questions beginning with the question word, like why, when, how, what, etc. We write question word first, then does, subject, and the main verb, root verb of the sentence. Like see, where does she go for tuition? Where, question verb, does she, subject, go for the tuition. Okay. Now here are a few examples. Children, practice these examples and try to do exercise B, C and D, and I will give you answers in our next class. See children, this remember is very important. See, do is used with I, you, they, we. Okay. Does, he, she and it. Remember, these important points, you have to keep it in your mind.